foodies, we are now in Chaoshan. This region is very special. It's located in the northern part of Canton province. This region has two cities. One is called Chaozhou and the other one is Shantou. It's very special because it's in between three areas of Canton, Hokkien and Hakka. So you can imagine how all the cultures and flavors all mingle together in this area. Anyways, I am here for 3 days and you know me, those 3 days are jam-packed with restaurants and food stalls. This area is also called one of the food capitals in China. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me and search for where all the flavors were originated. So first, you're gonna mix all the ingredients together and shrimp sashimi. And then I think this is like a peanut sauce with some oil. I'm not too sure, but we'll try. It's definitely more refreshing, especially with all the ingredients. And then because you have garlic and then you also have celery, so it's like not too oily. Even with so much oil and peanut, it gives like a hint of tangy, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very different flavor I was expecting, completely different from the shunde one, but I think I prefer this. It's so chewy, so much texture at the same time, and I really love how they use basil. I'm gonna try the fish actually with all the ingredients that you put in. I feel like that's a lot of work as well. You're gonna put everything in before you can finally eat the fish. It's so translucent. So I asked, the sauce is actually bean sauce, soybean sauce, together with peanut sauce and a lot of oil. And then mix, mix, mix. So much in one bite. Can you hear the crunchiness already? The white radish really offset the greasiness from the peanut oil, and at the same time the celery, the garlic add like a bit texture, some spiciness with the ginger together, so the fish is not so fishy, and because of all the ingredients, it gives like another layer of the flavor to this fish sashimi. So it won't be too much when you just keep eating it, because I felt like in some restaurant when you eat like fish sashimi alone, you can only eat so much, maybe 5 pieces max. But because all the other ingredients that balance out all the flavors, so maybe we can just keep eating. The garlic is spicy though. So we got another guatao, which is sweet one. It's very interesting. It's like a brown kind of color. Let's see. It's taro inside. You almost can't taste the texture of the rice, but mainly just the taro. Quite light actually. I actually like this. It's not like the Japanese mochi, which is like really gooey. This is different. It's like completely soft, a little bit sweetness. Brine sounds very simple, just throw meat into salted water, but the brine process here in Chaoshan is completely different. Usually they use traditional aged brine into the new brine and add a lot of spices and herbs. And then they throw the meat in and then take a bath for like hours. So that really helps to tenderize and moisturize the meat. There's a type of goose here called lion head goose. Basically, this goose have a gigantic head. And it's very special here because 3 stores we go, 2 of them sell this type of goose. Anyway, so we're gonna try this brine lion head goose in this area. It's very plastic here. Basically, there's no plate, all plastic. It's almost like a takeaway kind of place. Let's try the foie gras or goose liver first. I've never tried like foie gras elsewhere rather than France, so dip it into the garlic sauce. Oh wow. It's like a saltier version of foie gras. Again, very rich, so much flavor, but it's not greasy, not too oily. It doesn't feel like too much, you know? And then the garlic sauce definitely balances it out, so offset the greasiness, but at the same time, like there's like a tart of sweetness in the end. And then you can taste the soy sauce, a lot of herbs and spices in it as well. So you can tell like it has been brined, cooked for a long, long time. Then I'm gonna try the meat itself, which is this. Well, just by looking at it, the skin, the fat, the meat, it's all separated, perfectly cooked. skin and the fat kind of melts, but at the same time you have the chewiness of the meat itself. But it's not too hard or too chewy. It's very tender itself. And one thing I really like about it, it's not too salty, because sometimes it can be very salty and rich and greasy, but this is not. It's like savory, and then you taste the soy sauce, a lot of soy sauce. But you also can taste ginger, like all the spices, all the herbs. The more you chew, the more sweet it gets. And this is the intestine. And it's my favorite part. I mean, how bad can an intestine be? So, very chewy, very crunchy. The flavor are more or less the same because it was the same brine, but all the different parts has very different textures. So usually you can also eat it with like above plain congee, so it doesn't get too salty towards the end. But for me, this is fine. So the whole plate of foie gras or like goose liver is around $20 or like maybe $15. It's definitely very worth every penny, because this is like heaven. Hope my cholesterol doesn't go too high tomorrow. Every country has the interpretation of fast food. In China, it's usually steamed rice with some meat and veggies. And recently, this Longjiang pork knuckle rice has become super popular in China. I love pork knuckles, whether it's German, Korean, or Chinese. So once I'm here, I have to try this. And the place I'm at, apparently it's locals' favorite. So let's check it out. The pork knuckles here have been braised for hours. You can see like the fat and the skin is so nicely done. I'm gonna try. I don't even have to chew. It's like melting in my mouth right away. It's not too greasy as well. And then there's like veggie options, so you can eat some veggies together with the pork knuckles and with some rice. One bite. Like the sauce kind of sucks into the rice. It really just melts like in my tongue, and then you have the residual flavor for your mouth. This is just like, I don't know. I don't care how many calories I'm gaining with this bite, but this. This is only like $4. No wonder this is like the go-to options for workers during the day. And I mean, this is so filling. You have fat, you have the grease, you have meat, veggies. What else are you looking for? what would be my last meal before I die? Without hesitation, it's gonna be marinated roe crab. I loved eating this growing up. I mean, the freshness from the sea, and you can taste the tenderness from the crab. It's just my type of heaven. The marination process here in Chaoshan is very different. They use a lot of spices, especially coriander, and they coat the crab with very thick, tasty sauce. And it's not only crabs, they also use shrimps and clams and all types of seafood. This is a go-to late night snack for locals. They usually pair it with white congee. I mean, who doesn't want to wrap up their day with this combo? So the best part of this crab is the shell. You really have all the eggs here. And what you do is you put this on top of your congee or rice, and then you do it one bite. It felt like almost like an ice cream, but there's so much flavor goes into this marinated crab. You can taste the spiciness, you have the coriander taste, and a lot of garlic. I love garlic, and it's just so soft and really fresh at the same time. And I will get another piece of this. Ooh. This is so soft as well. It's like really smooth, and the flavor is really rich. Very different from the crab I was used to, but in a very nice way. Like I've never had this kind of flavor before. Next up, we have this fish. Apparently it's a tradition here. They usually just steam a fish and they use a fan to kind of cool it down. So the meat is more compact. And I'm gonna try it because usually you're gonna dip it into this bean sauce. This was salted already, so it's a bit savory for me, but I guess it's perfect for eating with congee because usually congee doesn't have any taste, and you would go very well with some like salted fish, seafood, everything. Next one, I'm gonna try this. So this apparently is called blood clam. It's only available on this part of China, so southeast part of China. It's called blood clam because it looks like there's blood in it. Growing up, my mom kept telling me it's really good for you, gives you more blood, but it's apparently not true. So I'm gonna try this. combination sauce, perfect. And this one, like usually if you have like mud, it's disgusting, and this one is like really well cleaned and it's very fresh. And I love the texture because you can only cook it for like 10 seconds. So this is like perfectly cooked.